we've gotten our first look at the Monarch show. First look. We got 4 photos and a plot description. So, we got the photo of Godzilla on the Golden Gate Bridge. We got a photo of Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, who are apparently playing the same character. And then we got this lady on the Golden Gate Bridge, probably looking at Godzilla. And apparently it's going to be about 2 siblings that follow their father's footsteps. Basically, their father, I guess, was in Monarch. And then clues lead them into the world of monsters, ultimately down the rabbit hole to Army Officer Lee Shaw. Now, I'm assuming, is this Lee Shaw also their father? This description doesn't say he is, so. But we do know that Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are playing the same character, just young and older version. So, taking place in the 1950s and half a century later, where Monarch is threatened by what Shaw knows, buried secrets, and the ways that the epic earth-shattering events can reverberate through our lives. I mean, who knows what that really is going to build up to? Because it takes place after 2014, but before King of the Monsters. The only thing I can guess at is that this will start to set up King of the Monsters, because we know that there's like the Jonah net group from King of the Monsters. So maybe they're going to come in and they're going to get introduced, and we might even get like some reveals of when they first found Monster Zero. They did say Monster Zero was recently discovered in King of the Monsters, so we might even get like hints at Apex. But I wouldn't expect anything that has to do with like Godzilla x Kong, because remember, this is going to take place in like 2014, right after the film. Godzilla x Kong Godzilla vs. Kong takes place already like in the future. I think it takes place now or 2025. Godzilla x Kong will probably take place even further in the future. So I don't think the show will, and they've already said the show has nothing to do with Godzilla x Kong. It's a different thing altogether. So don't expect much references to Godzilla x Kong. I wouldn't be surprised if it does kind of like explain what happens to Godzilla between Godzilla 2014 and King of the Monsters. And maybe we might even get the reveal of Jonah and his group. And I wonder if Vera Farmiga will come back as well and reprise her character of Emma from King of the Monsters. Like, I'm not really sure. Again, there's also like 5 years difference, so a lot can happen in that time. So it may not have anything to do with King of the Monsters either, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start hinting at what happens in King of the Monsters, But that's what I can't think of anything else that's threatening Monarch but Jonah and his group. Because so far they're the only group that's really like fought Monarch head on. And maybe Apex, but Apex comes so much later, right? I don't know. Or maybe they start building Mechagodzilla right after the events of 2014. And that would make sense, because a robot like Mechagodzilla would take like a decade to build. So it could be that we're going to get hints of Mechagodzilla being built. They find Monster Zero, things like that. But I think the show is going to be more about what took place in the 1950s, the formation of Monarch, because that's when Monarch was created, and maybe other things we don't know about. It probably is going to be its own story, rather than spending too much time trying to build up to the other films. I'm excited that there's more stuff in the 1950s. I really love period piece stuff. I want more period piece stuff. That's why I'm excited about -1. That's why I really like Skull Island. So I want to see more stuff, especially those formative years of Monarch. Maybe they'll explain why in Skull Island, for example, Monarch is like almost out of money, which I didn't understand that. How is it that Monarch ran out of funding in the 1970s? It'd be interesting to see if they explain that as well. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about it, because it's not much to go off of. We have that plot description and 4 photos. So, some cool photos, though. And we got the I think we knew already that Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell were playing the same character, but now we have confirmation, so that's cool. Also, we got the official reveal of the title as Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and if you already knew, KDM basically already told us this like months ago. KDM, if you don't know who they are, they're like, I guess, a journalist. They always post, well, not the leaks, but like rumors and stuff like that months in advance. So they know everything. So we already knew that this was called Legacy of Monsters a few months ago. So it does show that KDM is their information is pretty accurate. So anyway, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about for that.